to the hollers and the hills, big buildings all around. You can see my home where I live. Come and meet me.
Hey guys, what's going on? Anthony here from Raw Hunting. Today I'm going to be giving you a little bit of an introduction about myself. You will also see the other three members of the team are going to be doing this as well. A little about me. My name is Anthony Williams, 29 years old. I've been hunting since I was 13 years old. Most of the team I've met Daniel and David when we were probably 4 or 5 years old in church. Been friends ever since. Bobby, met him in kindergarten, and we have been really good, best friends ever since. Even with him in the Air Force, moving to South Dakota, we've kind of, still stay in touch, keep each other updated on what's going on with life. So now I spent a couple years in college, got an associate's degree, civil engineering technology. I'm actually kind of making a career as a estimator for high profile cladding and siding. Alright, so we've got some questions here. We're going to go through 18 of them that the team has compiled, and here we go. Question number 1. What is your most memorable harvest? For me, that would definitely have to be my first deer. Actually, when I killed my first deer, my grandmother convinced my mom to let me lay out of school on a Friday. It actually was like the last couple of hours of shooting light when I actually shot the deer, but that would definitely be my most memorable harvest. Question number 2. What is your favorite animal to hunt? I like hunting all of them, but if I had to pick my favorite, it would definitely be whitetail. Just that challenge, trying to outsmart a mature whitetail, or any whitetail for that matter, that makes it exciting. Question number 3. What is your favorite meat to eat? Out of all the wild meat that I've eat, probably be elk would probably be my favorite. I've had several really good elk meatloaves and elk jerky. That would have to be my number 1 pick for now anyway. Question number 4. Have you ever had something scare you while in the woods before or after daylight? Who hasn't? Man, you hunt, you get in the woods, you're hearing noises, coyotes. Probably the biggest one I can remember is one morning I was walking down this roadbed on the way to my stand, and I felt like a turkey flew out, and it sounded like a helicopter was crashing into the woods. I didn't know what was going on. Scared the daylights out of me. Question number 5. What is your preferred type of tree stand to use? Be between a hang-on and a climbing stand. I guess if I'm public property or traveling, it's going to be the climbing stand. If I've got a piece of property that I can leave the stand up, definitely the hang-on. Just less weight to have to carry in, a little easier just to walk out there, climb up in your stand, go hunting. Question number 6. How old were you on your first hunting trip? Be 13 years old. I think that's when most of us on this team started hunting and fell in love with it and been doing it ever since. Number 7. Do you ever have trouble getting up to go hunting? Not really, especially when I was younger. Last year was a little more challenging. Me and my wife, our first son was born right at the end of July, so a lot of sleepless nights made it a little harder than it typically had been. But I mean, work, other stuff, there's times when it's hard to get up. Question number 8. What is the worst mistake you have ever made on a hunting trip? I've made my fair share of mistakes, forgetting essential items. Remember one morning got up in my stand and realized I didn't even have the shells to my rifle. Had to climb back down, go back to the house and get them. It happens. It's part of it. You're going to make mistakes. Just pick up and keep on going. What is the funniest thing you have ever seen while hunting? I've seen several funny things with the guys, out hunting and stuff, but I guess the funniest thing is one January morning, me and Daniel were out duck hunting, and it was snowing cold. We were out on the river and called in a group of ducks. They came in, and Daniel shot one, first duck he had ever killed, and we didn't have a retriever. And of course they land in the river's moving, so Daniel gets up, runs out there, grabs the duck, and of course, as anybody that hunts waterfowl knows, occasionally you don't kill them on the shot, knock them down, and you have to finish them off a little later. But Daniel reaches down to grab the duck, and it bites him on the hand, and the dance he done out in the middle of the river was pretty hysterical. I was dying laughing from the blind, so that's probably one of the funniest things I've seen while hunting. Question number 10. What advice do you have for anyone interested in starting to hunt or a new beginner? Best advice I can give anybody that's starting, find somebody that already does it, go with them, get them to help show you the ropes. Most hunters are very willing to show somebody that's new or inexperienced, kind of show them the ropes, give them a little bit of knowledge, their years of knowledge to kind of figure out what they want to do. Question number 11. What do you like most about hunting? Probably one of the most enjoyable things for me about hunting that I really like, get out there before daylight, watching the woods, or if you're duck hunting, the water, watching everything come to life with the sunrise, relaxing, just kind of gets you away, gives you some peace. It's probably one of the best things about it, just, the solitude. Question number 12. What is your favorite for deer hunting, bow or rifle? Bow, rifle, muzzleloader. I've hunted with all of it. Shotguns. As of right now, I guess bow is probably my favorite, just because you get the added challenge of trying to get a deer close enough to shoot with a bow. So bow definitely be my pick. Question 13. What is your favorite hunting trip? Definitely have to be with me and the other guys from the team. We take a trip up to Fort Campbell, hunt on the military areas up there. Get out there, hunting in an area that you've never been in before. Adds even more challenge to the hunt. But to having the guys getting together, talking, having a good time around camp. Hunting trips are great. Getting away. Question 14. What would you say is the best thing about being a hunter? Challenging yourself to go out there and harvest game. That's one of the best things. Get away, gives you some peace of mind. Lets you kind of refresh, or it does for me anyway, to get away from the everyday grind of work and everything. Get out, get away, even with friends, have a good time. Nothing like it. Question 15. Who took you on your first hunt? That would be my papa, Jimmy Harrell. I remember growing up as a kid, I stayed with my grandparents quite a bit, so I remember begging him when I was younger to go hunting with him, and I got old enough, took the hunter safety. 13, he took me, started hunting muzzleloader, and killed my first deer that week. So he taught me a lot, hunting, how to look for deer sign, all the basics. It's how I got started, and I'm very grateful that I had somebody that in the family that kind of took me under their wing and taught me all about hunting. Question number 16. What was the first animal you hunted? Before deer, my papa took me a couple of times squirrel hunting, so that was the first animal I ever hunted. Question number 17. What are your recommendations for a new hunter to get started that's on a budget? If you can, borrow gear from an experienced hunter. Find you a mentor. You don't have to have the most expensive stuff to get the job done. I mean, when you're starting out, you don't even know if you're going to like it, so definitely borrow from somebody you know that hunts if you can. If not, you've got, cheaper means. Walmart camouflage works just as good as the expensive stuff. That's how I started out. So, question number 18. Do you prefer to hunt alone or with family and friends? Definitely family and friends any day. There's nothing like it. You have somebody to talk to, especially on trips with friends and stuff. Sitting around hunting camp at night, eating some dinner, talking about the day, and then really nothing like it. You harvest an animal, you've got all your friends there with you. It makes it even better. That's all I've got for you today. Keep an eye out, subscribe to our channel, and follow us. We will be posting videos of how our fall goes chasing whitetails. Also, check out our Facebook page at Raw Hunting 89, and look forward to showing you guys some more footage and how it is out in the great outdoors. Good luck.
Just come on down to the hollers and the hills. There's rivers all around.